Well, this is how Fat Joe got into beef with 50 Cent before. Liking Ja Rule's, tirade against 50 Cent. And actually joining Ja Rule on some tracks when 50 Cent always said, if you align yourself with Ja Rule, you're my enemy too. Well, 50 and Fat Joe were finally able to bury the hatchet a few years ago. But here goes Fat Joe again, liking pics that are aimed at 50 Cent. Let's get into this. Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, guys. And Brand is the hit supernatural comic book brought to you by Antonio Brice and Caanan White that's raised over $50,000 on Indiegogo. CariPress.com, link below. Stay tuned for more. Okay, so we got Fat Joe and 50 Cent having... They might have a problem again because 50 always takes it personal. And 50 is one of my favorite trolls, I must say. And Fat Joe's a good artist, man. But, 50 Cent also is very petty. Now, 50 Cent, if he sees Fat Joe liking Ja Rule's pics that are, and not liking his, that are aimed at Ja Rule, but liking Ja Rule's pics that are, shade on 50 Cent, it's like Irv Gotti, Fat Joe like it. 50 might start to feel away and be like, wait a minute, I got cool with this guy. What was I thinking? He always thought, like, what was I thinking? Me and Fat Joe were so cool all these years. And, now I regret being, having enemies with Fat Joe all those years because, it would all started when Fat Joe did that song with Ja Rule, New York. Everyone was like, wow, these guys are trying. This is how Jadakiss and Fat Joe had a problem with 50 Cent. And 50 was like, oh, these guys are trying to help Ja Rule get hot again. So he released a song called Piggy Bank, dissing them. Then Fat Joe and 50 had a problem at an award show, and they ended up chasing Fat Joe down the block. He was running for his life. Oh, that's what they said. That's what Tony Yayo said in an interview. Then Fat Joe released My Fofo. It was a 50 Cent diss. And this was all around like 2004, 2005. Fat Joe and 50 just didn't get along. He would say things like, then he's walking around when I'm waiting to introduce the reggaeton dudes and he's on stage and I'm thinking, okay, we're about to fight. And I'm like, we're about to get it on right here at the VMAs. He says... And then also Fat Joe said, I feel safe with all the police protection courtesy of G-Unit at that award show. And then he said, them steroids getting him. He ain't built like that. These dudes is hilarious to me. That dude ain't the truth. His name should be Vince McMahon because he likes to create hype. Well, I'm going to say 50 Cent does have a real reputation in the street, okay? More than most people, okay? So, and that's a fact. And he said, before I put out my record, I knew Fat Joe would respond first, 50 said. It's pride, Latino pride. He can't escape that. It's obvious he doesn't generate the interest of the public, so he doesn't generate mine either. I just had to let him know, because the kid in the schoolyard who doesn't want to fight always leaves with a black eye. It'll make a coward brave when they see you're afraid. Then he released... 50 Cent is funny, man. That was a funny beef when him and Fat Joe were going at it. Nothing really major happened. It was just funny. Anyways, do you think that Fat Joe's going to stir up the beef with 50 Cent again? I don't know. 50 might just, look past it. Oh, they're friends. Screw it. Or he might be petty. Who knows? It's Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe button. I'll check you guys later. And Brand is the hit supernatural comic book brought to you by Antonio Brice and Image comics artist Caanan White that has raised over $50,000 on Indiegogo. Follow our heroes David and Dawn Craven as they try to stop Lionel Solomon and the mysterious group known as the Covenant from taking over the world. Find Brand in the comic section on Indiegogo or visit CariPress.com. All links below.